What's up, everyone? My name is Megan, aka Mainstream Mary Jane, and this is Knowing More for the Conscious Cannabis Consumer. Today's guest is Jane West. Jane, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So excited to have you here. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, your journey in cannabis, who you are.
Well, I started in the cannabis industry in 2013, and I first started producing cannabis events in Colorado. I became fairly well known for that. We did a partnership with the Colorado Symphony Orchestra and a concert at Red Rocks called On a High Note. And really at the time, social use events were taking off, but it was a very short amount of time. After just 4 months, the city shut everything down, sent a SWAT team to one of my events. I got criminal misdemeanor charges, and since I was on probation, I could not be even near a cannabis-related event. And since then, still social use is not something that's common in Denver yet. What you guys are doing out here in Vegas is like some of the most pioneering things there are. So I'm excited to finally see it 7 years later. But yeah, those events were what I first became known for. A lot of news stories came out around it because not only did the city send a SWAT team to end one of them, but I also lost my job in corporate America for hosting the events.
Oh my gosh.
So that kind of propelled me into the spotlight, and I got a lot of media out of it, and women from all over the world were asking me like, how do I get your job? How do I get in the cannabis industry? This is what I want to do. And I was like, I do not know. My original business model is apparently illegal. And I'm not a grower. This isn't necessarily what I do, but I could help them connect with each other and get involved in the industry. So I founded Women Grow, so that women in each state, because we know how much each state and the regulations really determine your business and what you can make and how it all works. And so Women Grow is meant to organize people on a state-by-state level. And so hundreds of thousands of people have attended Women Grow networking events. It was really a great springboard to connect with so many awesome women, and at just the right time. That was 2014, 15. And then in 2016, I left Women Grow in an employee-based model. Women Grow is now 80% Black female owned. And awesome. I started making my own products. I've spent the past 5 years dedicated to building up the Jane West line of products, signature items that I design, I create. We're up to about 50 different products now. We have cannabis products in 13 states and 5 provinces of Canada, and we're making more and more products for flower consumption as well.
Which is sort of how we met. And
yes,
I want to say that Women Grow was my first cannabis event that I attended when I joined the industry. So thank you. And thank you for being such a pioneer. With the consumption aspect, it's one thing to say that you can smoke weed in your closet at home, but to actually have it out in the open and showing that it is normal and it can be part of a normal daily society. I just, it's something that I've always talked about and preached, and you were honestly the true pioneer of it. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I really believe it is a safer alternative to alcohol, which is common everywhere, and that really social use is the last huge domino to fall, because once people see how many different people are cannabis consumers and how social and wonderful, a substance it is to bring people together, I really think that'll really change thinking pretty fast.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. So the title of today's show is Why You Shouldn't Buy Your Weed Based Upon Sativa and Indica. I know, I used to be the same way. I used to be like, I'm an indica girl, but what does that really mean, first off? So the indica plant is more of a shorter, stockier plant. Sativa plants, long,
thin, big, thinner leaves. Yeah, very different looking.
Honestly, what sativa and indica means. What the public and a lot of people think is that, sativa's my uppity daytime and indica's for my nighttime. But you've taken a different take on that with your product line here.
Yes.
And I see these. So we've got the day
products,
loaded.
yes.
So we've got a day and night.
Yes.
So tell me what your thought was that.
Well, I think that what we want to do is simplify the cannabis buying process for consumers, new consumers and regular consumers alike. And really, like you said, there's no actual ISO standard for what makes a sativa or an indica. It's just whatever the people deem appropriate. Yes, you can have a terpene profile that is more like limonene, and we know that that's more sativa-like, but people have different effects and are looking for different things from their flower, and so we want to simplify it for them, and that's where the day and night really comes in. Also, you can apply day to night to your life. Like, there are times at night, especially on like a Friday night, where I'm like, I need a good sativa. And, you know, and then so I'm smoking the day at night to like get up and get ready to go out. And the same is true if I have like a stressful day and I just want to chill and I want to slow myself down, then I might go with something more of like a night blend.
Yeah.
And so I like that about it, that people can always apply it to, you know, what they're looking for in a more simplified way than some of these other mood directive like branding, where it's like cruise, connect, and you're like, happy. I don't know. Yeah, giggle. Like, I don't know if what makes me giggle makes you giggle. I'm not sure.
Right.
But really, we want to simplify it. Also, you know, we have partners in 13 states, all across Canada, Spain. We're just getting on the ground in Latin America.
Oh, wow.
And the day and night simplification also transcends language. It's instantly understandable, right? Yeah, and so we really partner with growers and individuals that we love their flower, we love what they're doing. Your Motivator mix is so exciting to me, and you know, you're well known for it because it's such a high quality product. And so instead of overcomplicating things, we find that like a lot of customers in the stores, they are not hearing what the bud tender's saying. They're speaking two different languages. You know, they may be nodding and purchasing whatever's recommended, but you know, we want to make sure that it's just simple. And so that's what really...
Nothing's more simple than day or night, right?
Day and night, right.
I
Absolutely.
get that.
And also, like, once you start using all these products more regularly, then like you have a system yourself. You're like, oh, I need the white one. Oh, I need the black one. Okay, I can sort it out, you know? Right. And so that way, they're trusting. I mean, I'm a flower lover. So is my co-founder, Kate. We smoke pot every single day, and most of the questions we get are about like, how do I get started? What should I buy?
Right.
And I truly believe that with all of our partners in every state, if they left the store with one day and one night, they'd have a good way to like kind of test out themselves, which ones they're looking for, what they really like. And it's really just like kept applying to all the markets we've expanded to.
And that's what, you know, when I think of someone asking for an indica, I'm an indica girl per se, but that's not because I like short little squatty plants. It's because I like myrcene, I like beta-caryophyllene, I like some of these terpenes that are kind of more linalool, more sedative in nature. It kind of keeps me grounded, and I'll do that even during the day. Like,
definitely.
That's what I like. So I think it really is, especially in the Nevada market, you can actually look at the terpenes.
Yes,
profiles
that is something
of the
that I
products.
love to see here. I mean, you guys do such in-depth terpene testing, and in so many places, all people get is the THC percentage.
Yep.
And while that is a valuable number and an informative number, I absolutely have had plenty of like 22% things, even 18% that it just fit my needs and got me super high. And you don't always need that one number. So it really has so much to do with the entourage effect and with the terpene profile. So that's one of the exciting things about me and to me about the Nevada market, that like you are building this educated customer base by listing all the terpenes.
Right. So at Cannavative, when we fill these Jane West Chillums with Motivator mix, we're going to pay attention to the terp profiles. So we're going to be putting a daytime terpene profile in the day. So your limonene, pinenes, etc.
Yes.
And we are going to be looking at the terpene profile for the night and looking for more of that myrcene, linalool sort of nighttime strains. So hopefully this will really kind of help people understand how valuable, you know, looking at the terpenes are for what you're trying to get out of the experience. Because I've smoked weed where it's, you know, I'm down on the couch, and I've smoked weed where I'm flying high and cleaning my house, you know, and it just really depends on those terpenes and all the other cannabinoids. You know, there's over 200 cannabinoids. We're still discovering them. People only think about THC. That's one molecule out of all of them.
One number, exactly. The entourage effect is huge, and it's very true, you know, and so being able to like really know the terpene profile and really like smell those terpenes in your mix it's key, and I think customers love it.
And it's so nice to talk to a woman in cannabis who actually uses cannabis.
Yes, daily,
and actually can talk about terpenes. So tell me a little bit more about, and I'll give you the one that actually has the flower in it. Tell me a little bit more about these chillums. What makes them special? I love these
chillums. So if you know about my brand, we also design bongs and steam rollers and bubblers and other items that you have around your home that are made of glass, too. Right? But those they don't travel well, right? Yeah. We did invent a series of dugouts and one-hitters that have a metal pipe, mainly because it's so remarkably durable. But ultimately, this new product in our lineup, it's one of my favorites. I've been wanting like a pre-filled chillum forever. This is American-made borosilicate glass. It's pharmaceutical grade. And every single one is exactly the same. They're made just like a beer bottle in a machine, which a lot of glassware we buy is not. And so there's so many variations in like the hole size and the mouth size and different things. So every single one is the same. It has room for this cap on the top, which is incredibly helpful.
In your bag and go about your day, or your pocket if you're
after you consume, before you consume, like the cap really is key. But also one of the things I love about these pipes is that it has a closed mouthpiece. And most chillums are like wide open on the end, you know, but the closed mouthpiece ends up acting like a carb and capturing the smoke. Ultimately, smoking out of glass is simply the most pure tasting experience that there is. Glass can handle extremely high temperatures, and you're able to really, there's no paper involved, you know, you're able to really taste all of the flavors in the flower. And so that's why also we love glass so much. So I'll show you how the closed mouthpiece works, because it's really handy, especially again, for new consumers who want a measured dose every time. And so they know exactly what they're pulling. Because even sometimes on a joint, like you could take way more, way less.
Flower on like a joint, you know, like.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's another part I love about them, because even when you buy like a super high quality joint, you're not actually looking at the flower, right? It's wrapped in paper. And so, and you know, especially when you're putting your mix in there and your flower in there, customers are really going to be able to see the quality. Pop off the cap. I always go for like a smell. I want to smell it first, but then
your nose knows what terpenes you like, folks.
It's so true. So as you can see, I have this one full taste. I can taste all the flavors. And then additionally, there's a whole nother pull in there.
Yep.
And I love that about it, because it also like cools the air. Like the difference in just seconds really makes the air less hot in your mouth, on your throat. But at that temperature, like you can taste also things so much better. And so like for so many reasons, this is our lead product. I love it so much.
So fantastic.
It's also something that just like anyone can use, like brand new consumers, everyday consumers. It fits in your pocket. They are remarkably durable. I've dropped so many of them. Exactly. Yeah, and it supports your other flower sales. So
I also like the fact that, you know, you originally gave me a few of these about a month ago, and they clean up really easily. A little bit of alcohol in here and just kind of swish it around like this. Boom,
definitely.
Completely clean again. Like, fantastic. And because they're so durable, you know, they last.
Definitely. You can clean them super easy using all the methods we usually use, but also just like in a coffee mug in the microwave, I just like boil them for a minute and it all comes off.
And I love the lid aspect, so it's like
the lid is great too.
Grab and go, grab and go.
And you know, cleaning glass really is something that people need to spend more time doing. I mean, it drastically changes your experience if there's residue and tar left inside the piece you're using.
I'm guilty of that from time to time.
So am I. But having it be a nice, clear device, which like a lot of chillums have a lot of colors and other things involved, really like helps the customer see like exactly how to clean it and how to consume.
I am so excited. All right, Jane, well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure talking to you about terpenes. Always nice to talk to a woman that knows her weed.
Yes, definitely. Well, and we want to make more of them, you know, like as long as it's like one of the most important things, especially for new consumers, especially for women, is just not be intimidated. Make it accessible, make it easy, you know? And so I think that's what we're doing here. And you have such an awesome network in Las Vegas. I am truly more excited about what I'm seeing in Las Vegas from like women in charge, and also like everything you're doing with social consumption and having all that come together with such like a female-led vibe.
Yep. Shout out to the Chamber of Cannabis ladies.
So awesome.
Tina,
Ashley,
so
awesome.
Danny, Shelby.
Yes, it's so great.
Yeah, so we are going to be able to be consuming out of Jane West Chillums in Nevada very soon,
very
right?
soon. Phil, yes.
Sponsored by Cannavative.
Yes. Fueled by Cannavative.
Fueled by Cannavative, yes. Such an awesome collab. Thank you so much. And remember, guys, please subscribe to my channel. This is Knowing More for the Conscious Cannabis Consumer.